Hi, I'm Deron Tomke with Broadway Camera, BroadwayCamera.com, here to go over DJI's new phone gimbal, the Osmo Mobile 3. Alright, so in front of us we have the Osmo Mobile 3 combo package. This has a few more things in it than the regular Osmo 3 for a bit of an extra charge. You'll be getting a stand and hard case with it, but let's open it up and take a look inside. So inside the case you'll be getting a soft pouch. Soft pouch comes with both the regular and the combo unit. On top of that you get 4 anti-slip pads, a wrist strap, and a USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable. The pouch is actually quite nice, it's extremely soft, and can fit everything that comes in the regular package in there. That way, if you don't have the expanded case, you can just throw everything in your Osmo pouch and get right along your way. For comparison, here is the Osmo Mobile 3, just to show you how close in size it is to the Osmo pouch. So if you actually pick up the Osmo Mobile 3, it just unfolds. You don't need to unlock or change anything at all. It is extremely durable. It has an awesome plastic shell on it with a really good rubber grip. Now you may notice up here it has an indicator saying which direction the camera should face. This helps it because it changes back and forth between landscape and portrait orientation. And once it's on, you just make sure it's roughly halfway balanced in the middle. You hit the power button and it just turns on. Unlike most gimbals in which you need to carefully balance them and make sure it's good to go, the Osmo Mobile 3 should be able to handle most phones, including the iPhone XS Max, with a fairly decent case based on our testing. Just straight onto it, as long as it's even somewhat kind of in the middle, it will carry it. You will get longer battery life if it's a little bit closer to the center, but realistically this thing can handle a huge amount of weight absolutely fine. And I've had basically zero problems with it when trying to handle any of the phones that we've tested it with. And you just hit the button and it's good to go. You have a joystick on the front, a record button, and a mode button which changes which mode you're in. You also, on the side, have this wide to telephoto. This lets you zoom in and out when you're connected to the app. On the back here, you have a trigger. The trigger is fantastic. On the side, you have 2 different USB ports. The second USB port here, you can actually plug into your phone while the phone is on the gimbal, and you can use the gimbal as a USB power bank, which of course is going to reduce the battery life somewhat, but being able to use your gimbal as a power bank for your phone is just another awesome feature they've added in. So if you go for the Pro combo, you'll get this stand/grip. This is an awesome made, really good build quality, folds up really nice and tight. It's got very smooth, durable plastic on it with a 1/4-20 mount, which goes right into the 1/4-20 mount on the bottom of the gimbal. Also, while we're here, if you look at the gimbal itself, the build quality is fantastic. It's very durable plastic that feels extremely high quality, and the rubber on the back is just feels good in the hand. It's tough, it's soft, it's gonna last a long time. You can really tell that. Along with the Pro combo, you actually get this carrying case. The carrying case is extremely high quality. It's tough. It can take some shocks and bumps. It's got enough room to fit both the gimbal and the tripod. And if you look on the back here, you can be able to slip some things in there. It's just a nice addition that they added in. I really like it. Normally when you're holding the Osmo Mobile 3, it will turn with you when you're in the regular mode. If you hold that trigger on the back, that locks it in place. This is extremely intuitive. Once you've done it once or twice, it feels pretty much like you're controlling a video game controller and lets you go up to something and then you can walk alongside someone parallel without having to do that weird sideways crab walk. The joystick on the front also works a lot like a video game controller. It's extremely intuitive. If you press it a little bit, it will move quite slowly, and as you push all the way to the side, you can speed up. The combination of the intuitive joystick and trigger really allows you to very intuitively do a bunch of extremely complicated moves that you wouldn't normally be able to do with a gimbal without knowing what you're doing, and this one just lets you do it. It's almost like you're playing a video game, and it just works extremely easily, just right off the bat, to people who may not necessarily know how to operate cameras. It allows cinematography to be intuitive and accessible to the everyday person.
So one of the nice things about the Osmo Mobile 3 is you have not only active tracking, but you can start it off with gestures. You have two gestures you can use, this or this, and if I do that in front of it, it will count me down, and now it will start recording. And if I move around, you will notice it actually follows me extremely fluidly. This works pretty much perfectly, which is actually, it's just surprisingly smooth and easy to use. And as is the case with everything on this gimbal, it just works. So after everything, realistically, this is just the best smartphone gimbal for any amount of money you can spend. Everything from the build quality to the simplicity of use, the fact that it just works, you can connect it in just like it's a Bluetooth keyboard. It just was designed pretty much for people who didn't know what they were doing in mind, which is perfect because that means it also works for the people who do know what they're doing. I recommend this over any other way you could stabilize a smartphone, and I seriously recommend you come on in and check it out at the very least, if not picking one up for yourself. Once again, I'm Deron with Broadway Camera and BroadwayCamera.com, and I'll see you again next time.